We have the economic survey released now, and we've had time to look at in little more detail. And I'm really glad that the survey this year is discussing economic problems and is looking for economic solutions. Unlike last year, when there was a lot of discussion around wealth creation in financial markets or through financial markets. I remember Sensex was mentioned somewhere around 70 plus times in volume one itself. And this year, Sensex has been mentioned, I think, about 25, 27 times. And that's a welcome change because given the stage of development India is, financial markets are only one component in our solution. They are not the solution. So that's a nice welcome change. And I'm also glad to see that the survey recognizes that there is an important role for the government, an important economic role for the government. Uh, when it says that fiscal policy uh, can deliver growth in the Indian context, and though it qualifies saying fiscal policy is an important component of the economic policy choices during slow growth periods or during economic uh, uh, crisis period. My argument has been saying fiscal policy in a country like India, we are a low middle income country with large number of poor. We have a fiscal policy has a critical role to play because a lot of investments have to be coming from the government system because either the private sector doesn't have the ability to invest or is going to be unwilling to invest. Unwilling to invest because some of these investments carry much higher risk than the private uh, capital will, capital will be willing to take. Right. So that's a welcome change in terms of the policy stance, saying fiscal policy has a role and an important role. I was also glad to see an argument being built and evidence being provided, saying public borrowing or public debt really doesn't crowd out private investment or doesn't take away the opportunity for the private sector to borrow or the banking system, the credit growth in the banking system. So, which is again a sort of a positive uh, uh, view. And it's good to see that it's been supported by research because I've been holding this view for a very long time. And the reason I hold this view is India, if we grow, if our earnings for our households grow, we save typically much more than an average household will save elsewhere in the world simply by the kind of culture we're all brought up with. So a credit-led growth in India is not the most important way to grow. Earnings and savings-led growth is what we can potentially grow and leverage our cultural heritage in some ways. And my hope now is that when we see budget presentation on first, the government makes an effort to mobilize resources, doesn't hesitate from raising debt without worrying about what it does to the fiscal deficit, because fiscal deficit will naturally come under control once the growth starts getting accelerated. And it also allocates its resources to areas which matter for most and an average Indian. To my mind, the priorities, even the survey mentioned, the volume two mentioned, the priority should be healthcare, and I would add to that sanitation as well as education. It's good to uh, see a discussion on credit rating or India's sovereign rating in the economic survey, but I would have liked it to be a little more comprehensive. Uh, India is the fifth largest economy in the world. There's no denying the fact. But our per capita income is quite different from other economies whom we've left behind. So it'll be important to see what was the per capita income of the fifth largest economy when the ratings were assigned to, or when a particular rating was assigned to that economy. To me, more than discussing what rating India deserves, rating to my mind are an important part of a financial system, but they can't hold an economy or an organization in some ways to become a slave of ratings. And of late, what I've seen in the Indian context is that we tending to become slaves of rating. The fear of getting downgraded, the fear of being moved from positive to stable to negative, itself is constraining our choices. Survey rightly points out that India's willingness to repay has never been in question. We've repaid when in the most difficult circumstances. And our credibility in the international markets has also only got better over time as an economy or as a society. So therefore, that's not really an issue. When it comes to ability to pay, that's where there are two aspects that we need to look at. First is that India is not really a major international borrower. We don't borrow from the financial markets in the public sector or in the government sector. And even when private sector is borrowing, there are large private sector companies who are borrowing, and their own ability to repay is reasonably well defined. And these are some of the largest companies, so there's no serious concern in terms of their not being able to repay their debt. So since we are not large international borrowers, ratings relevance to our choices in terms of financing itself is limited. The concern I would address, or I would like survey to address, or government it's some in a longer term to address, is that when we talk about our forex reserves being good enough to repay our debt or good enough to sustain our imports, what also matters is what's the quality of these reserves. A large amount of our reserve have got accumulated through foreign institutional investors, which are investments which are really short-term investments and not foreign direct investments, not long-term productive investment. These are largely trading or speculative investments, if I can use that term. So what matters for India in the long run is that if we want a better rating, we should be able, we must become a much larger export nation, and we need a current account surplus so that we can attract better quality capital account investments. And so, therefore, there's no point quarreling about what rating we deserve. What we need to focus as an economic policy is how do we build or become an export powerhouse, both in manufacturing or in the services context, because we do have potential to achieve that in the long run.